Hey guys, what's up? This is GaLm and welcome to the very first G-Log. If you don't know what a G-Log is, just click on the annotation on the side for a video that covers the basics. But if you already know, or you think you're quick enough to pick up on the general gist, then let's move on. This G-Log will be covering the week of November 4th to November 10th, which will be known as the Week of Technical Difficulties. At least for me. Tuesday saw the release of Call of Duty Ghosts, which I had pre-ordered for the PC, and it just didn't work out too well because the PC launch was pretty god-awful. It would constantly crash, and I did try to record a Let's Play, but I couldn't get that far into the game. Unfortunately, the Call of Duty Let's Play was kind of supposed to be the main part of the week. It was supposed to be a mega Let's Play that would go on from Wednesday to Friday, and since it never worked out, I didn't have anything really there from Wednesday to Friday. But we did start Killzone 1. That was supposed to go up alongside Call of Duty, so that's how come there's only like 4 parts a day, because it's supposed to be a side Let's Play. That's why it's been 4 parts a day. But we started Killzone 1, which you can see over on the different places on the G-Log. And I also put up one other part of Terraria. I kind of put together like the 15 minutes that would have been part 21, and then part of what was going to be the beginning of part 22, whoa, 20, whoa, I just snapped back 30 minutes. Part 51 of Terraria went up this week, and that was to kind of say in the description, hey, I'm going on hiatus, and the series is going to be on stop. Unfortunately, because of the fact that not a single person said anything about the hiatus in the comment section, I have to assume that, yeah, nobody really read the description. Especially because a lot of people are still asking, like, God, put up more Terraria. Well, it's on hiatus. There will be more Terraria eventually, but I have it on hiatus because it was taking up way too much time. I mean, holy hell. You could spend an entire day and still not get, like, an item that you're grinding for, and I couldn't dedicate all that time to it. When you have all these next-gen games coming out, I'm like, I gotta do Killzone before Killzone Shadowfall comes out. I gotta do 3 games. I can't be doing that. So maybe Terraria will return sometime like at late December or sometime in January. I'm not sure. Whenever I have time and I can actually be like, okay, yeah, I'll sit down and play the games for a while, then Terraria will resume. But moving on, I was gonna start a Let's Play of Heavy Rain since Call of Duty was not working out for me, and I was like really excited for Heavy Rain, but I kind of spent like the last part of Wednesday just trying to install the game, and it wasn't really working out, and it hitched at one part and it stayed that way for like 2 hours, and finally it installed, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to sleep, and then the next day I went to go record, and 3 hours into it froze up, and by froze it got to a loading screen, and I stared at a dude's face for an hour, and it never moved on at all. And I loaded up again, like I restarted the PS3, so maybe without help, cleaned up the disc, tried again, another hour. So unfortunately, I was gonna do a Let's Play on Heavy Rain, but that's gonna have to wait. I think the problem is because of maybe like minute scratches. It really is a pristine disc, you know, besides some minute scratches, because it was a used copy. Because they didn't have any new copies at GameStop, but I might have to get a new one way off in the future. These things cost money, man. I really hate when it doesn't work out, but that kind of explains. I do apologize for this week. This week was not supposed to be a week where there was really not much going up. It was supposed to have Call of Duty, it was supposed to have Heavy Rain, you know, and so in the end I only had Killzone, and I also put up Ares. Ares was this cool little indie game platformer thing that's kind of like Mega Man, and unfortunately that was only like 4 parts long. It is a really, really short game, and I was really surprised at that. I was like, maybe, you know, because even though it says we have these 5 stages, maybe there'll be 5 more stages, and the game will be an hour and a half. But if you want to watch that Let's Play, remember, you can either click on the annotation that's on the screen, or you can look down below and click the link down there. Alright, with this last week covered, it is now time to move on to my expectations of upcoming Let's Plays. So, let's get this started. Killzone 1 should be finishing up this upcoming week. Hopefully, you know, we've got a whole 7 days there. I hope the Let's Play started will be finished. I finished recording it on Friday, so yeah, it's basically a matter of rendering out the rest of the stuff and getting the finale up. And then we'll also be trying to do Killzone 2, Killzone 3, and Killzone Shadowfall. Now, Killzone 2 and Killzone 3, obviously I have to try and finish those before Friday, and also probably before Thursday, because Thursday Sony's doing like a live stream then, and so I'll probably do one of my, you know, like how with E3 I live streamed that. I might do the same thing, although I'm not sure, because legal things, I don't know. But I will be trying to finish Killzone 2 and Killzone 3 before Thursday. Now that might be a slight bit of a problem because I have some real life obligations that I have to do on Tuesday and Wednesday, which is fucking, I really hate real life obligations. Holy shit, they are ill-timed. But I will try my best to finish Killzone 2 and Killzone 3, so that way we can just get straight into Killzone Shadowfall on the day I get my PS4, and we can just be really happy and just really excited about it, right? So those are gonna be mega Let's Plays, so that way, you know, because obviously, if I did it like, 4 parts a day, it would last beyond a couple of weeks for Killzone 2 and Killzone 3. So those are gonna be mega Let's Plays. They're gonna be, basically what we're doing for the next month or so is kind of resuming our, well, I guess it's not really you guys, it's me. I'm kind of gonna be resuming what I was doing beforehand in the past. You know, what you guys are relatively used to, where it's just like one Let's Play and I'm putting out a bunch of parts of that all the time. It's like boom, 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 6 parts a day, 6 to 10 parts a day. We're gonna be going back to that because just every time I try to do like 3 Let's Plays, at the moment, so far, what the experience has been is something comes up and interrupts it. And that just, when you're trying to do 3 whole Let's Plays and then start uploading all the 3 Let's Plays at the same time, so it's not just like what happened this week where, okay, you got 4 Killzone parts. Have fun, guys. No, it's supposed to be 4 Killzone parts, 4 Heavy Rain parts, you know, a bunch of Call of Duty parts. That takes a little bit of a backlog, that takes a little bit of effort, so we're gonna hold off on a little bit on that because, you know, we've already implemented all these different changes, even like the G-Log. I'm making this really late. These are all like prototype changes, so we're gonna shove those until after this upcoming month. So let's get back. So, we're gonna be doing mega Let's Plays for pretty much this entire month. Killzone, we're gonna be doing the entire Killzone series, and as soon as I'm done with the Killzone series, actually not. I guess, because when I finish, I'm hoping that I'm done with Killzone Shadowfall by the 18th, and that gives me like 4 days to do other stuff before the Xbox One comes out. And I don't know what's going to happen there. It'll probably be some small games, maybe some RTS stuff like, oh, I'll play Civilization 5 or something. And don't hold me to that. I'm just saying, like, we'll probably play some small games, and then after, when the Xbox One is out, I will be doing a mega Let's Play on Rise, because I'm actually really excited for Rise. There are a bunch of people like, I don't know, Rise looks boring, it's like a Crytek demo. Okay, whatever, it looks fun. Oh, QuickTime events. Well, it looks cool to me. Okay, so we're gonna be doing a mega Let's Play on that, and also, I guess, I should probably mention it. Hopefully Chilled and I will be finishing Dead Rising 2 in between the PS4 and Xbox One release, so that way we can do the Dead Rising 3 co-op Let's Play. So hopefully if everything works out, we can get around to that, and you can kind of expect that Let's Play alongside with Rise. So, after Rise, now I know a lot of you guys have been asking for this, but the one thing you need to know is that Assassin's Creed 4 is not out for the PC yet. Okay? It doesn't come out until the 19th for the PC. And people have been bugging me since it was released on the console, like, on the current gen consoles, like, GaLm, when are you gonna do a Let's Play? Are you gonna do the Let's Play? I really enjoyed your Assassin's Creed. Like, shh, I've been waiting. I've been on the prowl, alright? Just waiting for it to be released on the PC, and for my other Let's Plays not to get in the way, and that'll probably end up being a mega Let's Play as well. So after Rise, I'll be doing Assassin's Creed 4. Now, I think that's probably enough of, like, expectations, because I don't want to go too far, like, and think 3 months ahead, and suddenly, you know, I don't meet, like, 2 months of those. So yeah, pretty much the Killzone series will be mega Let's Plays, and then I'll be doing Rise and Dead Rising 3, although Dead Rising 3 won't be a mega Let's Play, so that's like a co-op thing. We're gonna try to put up Dead Rising 3 in, like, a really timely manner, rather than just, like, 1 part a day, but we'll see about that. And then after Rise, Assassin's Creed 4? Did I say Assassin's Creed 3 before? I'm not sure, man. This has been a 9-minute thing, and we're not even close to being done yet. But Assassin's Creed 4, I will be doing a Let's Play on that after Rise, and hopefully around then, after Assassin's Creed 4, that's when we start trying to do the whole 3 Let's Plays thing again. You know, like, if I get really far ahead of myself on uploading Assassin's Creed 4, then I can just be like, okay, I've got a week to fucking record some other games. Let's do this. And I'm hoping that's what's going to end up happening because I really want to be productive, guys. I'm so sorry the last couple of months have just been really lousy, just things coming up, and then just, yeah, I'm gonna be productive. It's gonna happen, it's gonna be awesome, and we're gonna have a fun time. But with that all said, we have our upcoming Let's Plays and the week that's been before us between November 4th and November 10th. We've got that covered. It is now time to move on to the last part of this G-Log. Because there wasn't much like gaming news, so there's not gonna be like a, okay, so in gaming news, this happened and that sucked. At least, like, for gaming news stuff, I'm not gonna be like some random guy who gets every piece of news. No, it's stuff that I actually gave a shit about, you know? So, like, this week, nothing really happened that made me go, oh, man, I gotta talk about this somewhere. So, we're good with that. So, we're just gonna go straight into the questions. And for this week, we got these questions about... We got these questions last week, because last week was when the G-Log was really supposed to start. And it ended up not. So I pulled some questions from Twitter from around that time. For future reference, if you want to ask questions and you want them to be answered in G-Log, then just go comment down in the comment section below or send me a PM and make it a really good question. You know, it's subjective, obviously. What you consider a good question might not be a good question for me to answer. But I mean, like, if it's not a good question, or rather, let me remove the word good, because I don't want you guys to be sitting there going, he didn't answer my question. I said a bad thing. No, like there are some questions that are preferable to just answer in the comments. Like, oh, no, I'm not gonna be doing that. Yeah, sure, I probably will. I'm interested in doing that. Versus longer questions where I kind of like, oh, what's the meaning of life? Okay, well, this, and that. Well, I prefer those questions. So, again, leave comments down below, ask some questions, and maybe even indicate, like, well, I guess, no, don't bother indicating. Don't indicate. We're not even gonna elaborate. What the hell was I about to say in terms of indicate? Just don't indicate. Just say, ask your question. And if it's something I'll answer on the video, it's something I'll answer in the video. If it's not, I'll answer it in the comments. Unless it's a generic question. Don't ask a generic question, kids. I don't need 1,000 questions asking me, when are you gonna do Assassin's Creed 4? When there's like 5 different places where I've said, I'm waiting for the PC version. I'm waiting for the PC version. Go away, I'm waiting for the PC version. Stuff like that. Don't just give me some good ones. Also, maybe I am very, like, ill-informed about, like, the world, so don't ask me questions like, what do you think about the situation in Syria? Because I don't know! I don't know shit! People have asked me that for the G-Log, and I'm like, I can't give a good answer because I don't know anything about it. So give me gaming-related stuff, or life advice stuff. Maybe I can give you my feelings about, like, a situation like, oh, GaLm, I'm doing really bad with ladies, and I'll be like, yeah, well, you know what? I did too for 99% of the lifespan I've had. Yeah, that sounds good. So, moving on, let's get into this because I took up way too much time just saying, hey, we're gonna answer questions, and we're not answering questions. So, we're gonna start off with the first question we got. I really liked his thing, and hopefully these guys actually see this. I'm gonna be saying your comment name. Or if you sent me a tweet about it, then I'll put your Twitter name in there. So, you know, if you don't want me to do that, if you PM me and you have your real name on there, because, you know, Google Plus, God, but Google Plus, if you have your real name on there in the PM and you don't want it there, I'll just read your question, and I'll be like, hey, he wants to remain anonymous. Okay, all right. So, let's get this party started. First question we have for the G-Logs is by That Vloggy Guy, or at That Vloggy Guy. He asked, what made you want to start YouTube? And I kind of liked it, because it is kind of one of those, like, sort of generic things where you can go, well, I mean, 1,000 people have asked me this, but I've never actually really answered it, right? I've always just been like, oh, I just kind of wanted to. But I think this time around, I'll give... I don't know, like, exactly what he wanted me to answer, but we're gonna go back in time and talk about some slight things. So, why did I want to start YouTube? Well, it started back when I was like 11, okay? 11 years old, way back in 2004. I got Halo 2 along with Xbox Live. It was my first first-person shooter. Well, okay, no, Halo 2 wasn't my first first-person shooter. Halo 1 was. not much better. But Halo 2 was my first online experience, and I met a lot of people, and they got me into so much stuff, and I started watching stuff like Red vs. Blue, and I started getting into Machinima. This sounds weird because I'm a Let's Player, not like a Machinima guy, but you'll see where this ties in. But, you know, I met a lot of people trying to just, you know, like get into the world of Machinima myself. I didn't have the hardware, but I was like, well, okay, maybe I can do voice acting. Voice acting as like an 11-year-old with an Xbox Live mic? No, that wasn't gonna work out. But yeah, no, so I met all these cool people, and eventually as time went on, we're not gonna get my entire life story here. We're gonna jump forward a few years. So, you know, jump forward from 2004 to 2006. A few of the people that I met during this time were kind of like my best friends at the time, and they followed me into PC gaming, and so we were just, you know, always on, and they'd always be on Xfire, and we'd be linking funny videos, whether they're machinimas or just funny things. And one day, I discovered a Let's Play. A Let's Play by a guy named Jotes, who doesn't really do much stuff. Or wait, is that grammatically correct? He doesn't really do a lot nowadays, but I found his Let's Play really hilarious. It was a Let's Play on a Half-Life 2 mod called S-Mod, and it was hilarious. At least it was to me, and you know, it's still kind of amusing looking back on it. And this embedded the idea that I would like to do Let's Plays alongside the Machinimas. And so in 2008, when I got a new computer, because on beforehand, dude, my really old computer, that was a piece of trash. It couldn't even run like MySpace. Okay, remember MySpace? I would lag on that. It would be 100 CPU usage, and that was terrible. But I got a new computer, which was a lot better, was able to record in HD, I was able to render in HD, and that's the computer you know and love. You know, that was the one that was throughout all of Gamer Clip's lifespan. That is the Gamer Clip's computer. And I started, and I had 2 channels. I had one channel, and it's my channel I used for like liking videos and just watching stuff in general. And I was doing machinima stuff on it. And on the other one, I wanted to just do like random gaming videos, and it kind of ended up because it was supposed to be like random clips, like, oh, I happened to be recording during this match, and I threw in some random clips in there that are really funny. And so it was kind of like that, but I was also like, I want to do commentary stuff like Jotes did. I want to be funny like him. People find me funny when I play video games. So, yeah, I should do that. And so I did a few commentaries, and I guess now it's not really so much what made you want to start YouTube. Now I'm getting into like this is already like, you know, I guess what made me want to start YouTube. Jotes and Machinima. Jotes Let's Play had that embedded into my mind. And then Machinima stuff in general just made me want to do Machinima. And eventually, you know, like after I got a lot of positive response from some of my commentary stuff, like I did a commentary, Let's Play thing on the Fear 2 demo. And that got posted by one of the developers on their site. Of course, like, you know, I got 100 views, and the other guy he posted got like 11,000 views. I was like, oh, well, that's cool anyways, you know, because this is me. This is like 15, 16-year-old me with fucking, like, no subscribers, and it was really cool, actually. We're not going to cover everything, but eventually, obviously, I just really enjoyed doing Let's Plays, especially once I got technical difficulties out of the way, but, oh, I'm glad you asked, okay? Obviously, man, if you guys want more on, like, a specific lifespan of GaLm, and you have to ask the right questions, and I'll let you know. But yeah, that's why I wanted to start YouTube, and I've continued doing stuff on YouTube because I like doing Let's Plays, because Let's Plays are fun, right? I love doing them. Moving on, next question. How do you plan on recording the PS4 by GaLther Fufu? I'm not sure how that's read, but you can see it on the screen. I plan on recording the PS4 with this converter box thing that I was able to get from Amazon for like 70 bucks. I mean, the converter box itself wasn't 70 bucks, but you also have to get all the cables for it. So eventually it was just all 70 bucks. And I saw it, and I already knew about it for like the last couple of years, but I never worried about it because my old HD PVR was component cable. And this new PVR that I have, the HD PVR 2, is HDMI, and so obviously, yeah, I need, and the new next-gen consoles are HDMI, so this is why we gotta worry about it, because the PS4 is gonna be launching with HDCP, and that's really terrible. That's how come he's asking, how do you plan on recording the PS4? So, with this converter box, I'm not gonna really, I can't obviously give like a full-on tutorial of it, especially since I don't even know if it's gonna work. Like, maybe they've developed some way, because it works with the PS3. It gets around the PS3's HDMI, HDCP stuff, but it might not work with the PS4, and I'm hoping it will. But the converter box, basically, I'm assuming, from what I understand, it's basically like saying, okay, this HDMI cable's plugging up to a TV, and in reality, it's plugging up to a converter box, which then you reroute from the converter box to a regular HDMI cable back into the PVR. It's gonna be boom, and I'm gonna be able to record a whopping 1 game with it, because that's probably gonna be like the only PS4 game I get. Killzone Shadowfall. Maybe I'll get an Act 2. I'm not sure. I'm poor right now, so I can't really buy a lot of games just like immediately. I have to pick and choose what I'm gonna be playing. But yeah, that's gonna be how I play the PS4. Thank you for asking, Golf the Proof, and that vloggy guy. Hey, what's up? So next and final question, because there wasn't really all too many that were tweeted at me that I could just choose and go, hey, yeah, I can answer that on the video. Are there any moral reasons to becoming a YouTuber? Now, I had to think about this one because I didn't really understand it at first. I was kind of like, what does that mean? Moral reasons. I didn't, because I've never had any like a thing where I'm some super upstanding citizen that donates all of his money or something. But there are some people who are really genuinely awesome people who do that. So I guess there are more reasons for becoming a YouTuber. Say you want to do that. You want to get big, so that way you can donate all your proceeds to charity. Like, oh man, one of my family members has this disease, so I'm starting a thing to bring awareness about this disease and fund things to have cures for it, or at least support the people who have it when they're in hospitals. Those are kind of cool. And then there are also, I can't name any channels off the top of my head because I'm really bad with names, but there are also a few channels who it doesn't even have to be like an upstanding super mini Jesus channel, right? Like some of them just like, oh, promote other channels. Like, oh yeah, I'm a music channel. I'm gonna promote this new guy, this new guy, this new guy. Their music is awesome. So yeah, I mean, it always depends on the people. I like to think that there's no one who really goes on YouTube with evil intentions. Of course, evil is subjective, but I've never really, like, there are people who troll, obviously, like really badly troll. But I like to think no one goes on there and goes, yeah, you know, I want to stomp on kids today. Actually, no, there are a few bad channels out there that have obviously been shut down who just, they do bad things. So I guess in the there are, I guess, he asked, are there any moral reasons? So I guess it could be good or bad. Well, that's subjective to the person. I started to just go with the flow. You know, it was something that was happening in my life. I was like, I like playing video games, and people like me playing video games, and so I went with the flow. And other people are like, I'm playing video games, I like playing video games, and I'm gonna donate to charity because I'm so awesome, and I'm also well off in life in general anyways with my regular job. Obviously, I would love to like just donate money, but dude, I barely get like 1/3 of minimum wage usually, so I can't do that. But that's relatively about it. Hopefully I answered the questions in a good way, you know, because this is my first time, you know, doing anything like this, and this video is like 20 minutes. I was expecting G-Logs to be like 10 to 15 minutes, but apparently they're not. They're gonna be these long things that are 20 to 30 minutes, but that's okay, because if you're this far into the video, you do give shits. But in the future, you can always just look in the description if you just want to be like, all right, so let me get a good summary of what's going on. Obviously, my answers won't be in the description, so you have a reason to be here at the end of the video, but I will have like the question like, oh, what questions are in there? And I'll also probably have some of them in the title, like, oh, okay, it's in the video title. I'm interested in checking out this G-Log. But, so let's recap, because we're pretty much, we're done with the G-Log, relatively, but let us recap. So, this week, what ended up happening? We had Killzone 1 started, we had the Ares Let's Play, That's about it in terms of videos. Oh, Terraria. Yeah, that's about it in terms of videos. Terraria went on a hiatus. Call of Duty wasn't working, so I wasn't able to put that up. Heavy Rain wasn't working, so I wasn't able to put that up. And then expectations, we have Killzone, the entire Killzone series. Pretty well, not in the, because there are side games. They're like for the PS Vita and all that stuff. But Killzone 1 through Killzone 4 will be going up hopefully throughout this entire week. And hopefully we'll finish it in a timely manner. Rise after that, along with Dead Rising 2. We still have to finish that. Dead Rising 3, once we're done with that. And Assassin's Creed 4, probably by the end of the month. I don't know how long Rise will be, but I'm assuming it's not gonna be a completely super lengthy game. But yeah, that's better. And then we had all the questions. What made you want to start YouTube? How do you plan on recording? And are there any more reasons to becoming a YouTuber? Yes. So this was fun. G-Logs in the future will hopefully be a little bit more refined to bring down that precious time that I've been using of your guys' videos, because 26 minutes to just talk about stuff that's already happened in the week. Man, maybe I need to work on my phrasing. Whoops. So anyways, thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments down below various ways I could kind of refine the G-Logs, or just ask a question that you want maybe to be answered on the G-Log, or just ask a question you want to have answered, and I'll choose whether or not I'm going to answer it straight up in the comment section or answer it in like rambling for way too long format. But thanks for watching this G-Log. I will see you guys in the next G-Log. Well, actually, I'll see you guys in other Let's Plays, but next G-Log, we'll ramble then. See ya.